Good evening, it's 9 p.m. and time for the Weekend Prime. We have quite a lot of stories lined up for you tonight, but first, let's take a look at the highlights. Bring it on. Gachagua says the government is fully prepared to secure Kenyans during the planned Monday demonstrations. Court cautions members against absconding work for demos. Ezra Chiloba attends burial of his predecessor, Francis Wangusi. And Kenyatta University organizes a sports event for the disabled students. RUTH CHEPKOECH is our sign language interpreter tonight. I am IMBINDA. Welcome to the broadcast. The much anticipated Monday Azimio demonstrations has continued to receive support and opposition in equal measure. The Central Organization for Trade Unions, COTU, has distanced itself from the plans and urged workers to report to their workstations on Monday. Santana Cass reports on the unease surrounding the demos to be staged in the capital, Nairobi.
Central Organization of Trade Unions, led by Deputy Secretary General Benson Okwaro, has warned its members against participating in the Monday mass action, claiming Monday has not been officially gazetted to be a public holiday.
Sorry for the technical hitches. Now, former Communications Authority Director General Francis Wangusi has been laid to rest today at his Bungoma home, as mere protest politics took center stage at his successor, Ezra Chiloba, who was present at the burial, led other leaders, including Area Governor Ken Lusaka, in eulogizing Wangusi, who died on Wednesday, March 1st at the Nairobi hospital, where he's been taken ill.
Francis Wangusi had lived much of his life in the limelight, but his stint as the Communications Authority Director General was perhaps the most notable. He held the post for 7 years from 2012 to 2019 before former IEBC CEO Ezra Chiloba took over.
For the family, let us be better than he was. For the CS staff, let us be better than he was. For the leaders who are here, let us be better than he was. And for all of us, let us strive to be better than he was. Because that's the best way of honoring someone you admire so much.
Wangusi hails from Bungoma, and his burial attracted local politicians, including Area Governor Ken Lusaka and MPs Didmas Barasa of Kimilili, Dan Wanyama of Webuye West, John Makali of Kandui, and Bumules Jack Wamboka. All of them traded their guns at Azimio over planned Monday demonstrations.
Monday, watu waende kufanya kazi. Kama hujawahi kukimbia maishani mwako in the recent past, enda kwa hiyo maandamano. Kama hujawahi kukimbia, uanze practice leo so that by Monday uwe fit.
We have a constitutionally provided avenues upon which the ruling party and the government engages with the opposition. We are aware that we have a number of things that are not right in our country, and we are planning to sort them out.
Demonstrations are not going to bring down the cost of living. We will only bring down the cost of living by concerted measures and steps from the entire political class.
MP Jack Wamboka is urging for dialogue and a possible truce between Azimio Supremo Raila Odinga and President William Ruto, both who have held strongly to their hardline stances.
Na mimi naomba Mheshimiwa Raila na Ruto waongee. Let them speak. Kenya is bigger than any of them. Hii Kenya ni kubwa kuliko Raila. Kenya ni kubwa kuliko Ruto.
Mimi ningeliomba Wakristo jaribu njia zote kuhakikisha kwamba Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga na Mheshimiwa William Ruto wamekutana na wameongea, ndiposa hao wananchi wasiumie.
Serikali iangalie kutendea wananchi haki, sio kutafuta kununua wanasiasa. Kununua wanasiasa na kufuruga nchi.
Wangusi had two wives who remembered him fondly.
My dearest husband, your death has devastated me beyond words, and your loss has been a heavy blow to me.
Francis Wangusi has also left behind 7 children. Dennis Omondi reporting for KUTV.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has said that the government is fully prepared to secure Kenyans during the planned Monday demonstrations by the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. Gachagua was speaking at Kianyaga Boys High School, where a homecoming ceremony had been organized in his honor as an old boy. He asked the demonstration funders to come clean on the matter.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has stated that the government has made sufficient plans to secure Nairobi ahead of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance planned demonstrations, which are set to take place this coming Monday. Gachagua assured Kenyans of their security, asking them to continue with their businesses without fear.
I want to assure the people of Kenya, adequate arrangements have been made in accordance with the laws of Kenya to protect life and property on Monday. And we ask the people of Kenya to go about their business unhindered.
The DP, who spoke at Kianyaga Boys High School where he attended the Alumni Day as an old boy, called out Azimio la Umoja One Kenya leader Raila Odinga, who has called for the protests of having colluded with former President Uhuru Kenyatta and his regime in doing what it terms destroying the economy, almost bringing it to its knees, only to turn around with intentions of destroying the little that there is to leave the country destitute.
Tunataka kusema mumetuumiza kama nchi, mumepora mali ya nchi hii, mumeweka Kenya kwa CRB, mumetuachia debt ya 10 trillion. Hiyo yote mumetufanyia, tumenyamaza. Sasa munapanga ile kidogo tuko naye ya biashara, ati kupanga na Raila alete watu yake waharibu after what you have done to us.
The Deputy President says that the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya leader managed to befriend the former president, an action which resulted in destruction of the economy, and says that the Kenya Kwanza government is not willing to entertain talks with him.
Wewe uliuzia mtoto ya Serarak uoga. William Ruto hapana mtoto ya Serarak, ni chuma ya zamani. Si ni chuma? Si ni mtu amelelewa na mandizi na ngwashe na doma na kukuliwa na chawa. Sasa hiyo sio mtu ya kuuziwa uoga. Wewe uliuzia mtu ya Serarak uoga akanunua.
The Deputy President returned to Kianyaga Boys High School, which he left more than 30 years ago, in order to give back. He credits the school for his success in life. Joseph Kess, KUTV.
The much anticipated Monday Azimio demonstrations has continued to receive support and opposition in equal measure. The Central Organization for Trade Unions, COTU, has distanced itself from the plans and urged workers to report to their workstations on Monday. Santana Kess reports on the unease surrounding the demos to be staged in the capital, Nairobi.
Central Organization of Trade Unions, led by Deputy Secretary General Benson Okwaro, has warned its members against participating in the Monday mass action, claiming Monday has not been officially gazetted to be a public holiday.
The Interior Cabinet Secretary has the power to declare any day a national day. So we want to appeal to our workers that they should ignore that declaration of Monday being a public holiday and report to their places of work. We know there will be difficulties on that day in terms of traveling to the places of work. We know some employers may lock their premises unless for those purposes, the way employers have logs and maybe there's no means of transport, let all employees report to work.
Already 7 ODM legislators have distanced themselves from the Monday demonstrations and called upon their constituents to ignore it. The MPs include Gideon Ochanda of Bondo, Elisha Odhiambo of Gem, Uriri MP Mark Nyamita, Karoli Omondi representing Suba South, Paul Obor for Rongo, Felix Odiwar who represents Langata, and Kisumu Senator Tom Ojenda. Kalonzo Musyoka's spokesperson Paloma Gatabaki has also trashed a post on Twitter alleging that the Wiper Party leader will not attend the Monday demonstrations. She says, and I quote, "Our attention has been drawn to this image circulating on social media. This is fake news. Kalonzo Musyoka's stance is clear and unequivocal. Lower the cost of living and end electoral malpractice. No amount of intimidation will alter our stand." Jubilee Party has also released a statement requesting its members to embrace Monday as a holiday and attend demonstrations. The party Secretary General says, and I quote, "In compliance with the Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Alliance leader, His Excellency the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga's directive, please note that Monday, the 20th of March 2023, is to be considered a public holiday. As such, our headquarters at Jubilee House, Kileleshwa, as well as our county constituency and ward offices will remain closed. I urge you as a party and in your individual capacity to turn up and show up support to the People's Grand March on that day." UDA Party Secretary General Cleophas Malala has trashed Azimio talk, saying that the government will provide security to Azimio during their demonstrations, threatening to lead protests to Raila's home if Raila leads a march to State House. Azimio has written a letter to the Central Police Station OCS notifying him of their Monday mass action. Joseph Kiss, KUTV.
The Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, KALRO, has embarked on training farmers in Embu and neighboring counties on how to make good use of the ongoing rains to increase their yields. The organization will host a 2-day farmer exhibition on March 21st and 22nd to showcase various technologies and trends in farming.
Kenya Agricultural and Research Organization is set to embark on training of farmers in central Kenya counties to enable them make good use of the ongoing rains and choose appropriate seed varieties in order to increase yields. Speaking at KALRO offices in Embu town, the organization's director in charge of Meru, Embu, Nyeri, Kirinyaga and Tharaka Nithi counties, Dr. Alfred Micheni, said it is necessary for farmers to be trained on how to cope with the poor rainfall performance.
Can they grow the appropriate crop varieties? Apart from that, can they also plant at the right time? You can see that is why now we are calling them next week, almost when they are almost planting, to come and learn more from us and get planting material from KALRO and other institutions that are here. So they plant early, they plant the appropriate crops, and they get advice from extension providers and from researchers.
Dr. Micheni said that KALRO has organized a 2-day farmer exhibition on March 21st and 22nd to showcase various technologies and trends in farming from various stakeholders and avail varieties of certified seeds to farmers at a discounted rate.
Wale wakulima watakuja, wataweza kufunzwa mambo mengi, watafunzwa ile mbegu nzuri waweza panda wakati huu tunaambiwa mvua haitatosha ama itakuwa mingi sehemu zingine, wataonyeshwa ni mbegu gani, na wale wako na nguvu ya pesa kidogo, sababu ile mbegu iko hapa kwa KALRO, hata ama itauzwa kwa KALRO, itauzwa kwa bei ya juu, itauzwa kwa bei ambayo mkulima weza nunua.
Research Extension Linking Officer Catherine Murithi said it is important for farmers to adapt to climate change in order to mitigate crop failure through practices such as early land preparation, technologies of managing land, and conservation agriculture.
We actually have to change our way of doing things, our way of farming, not the normal way when we used to get enough rains. So you are welcome that day.
Researcher Murimi Kagete called on farmers to practice food diversification as a viable option of building household food and nutrition security and boost incomes. He urged them to incorporate traditional food crops that are drought resistant and have high nutritional value.
Tukumbuke hapo zamani wazazi wetu na wazazi wetu kuna mimea walikuwa na panda ya kuvumilia anga. Kulikuwa na mihogo, kulikuwa na sweet potato, hiyo ni viazi tamu, sawa sawa. Na kwa hivyo wajua hizo ni mimea ambayo ilisahaulika, na hii ndio wakati wa kukumbuka, lazima turudi kwa mizizi yetu, getting back to our roots.
With the ravaging drought, farmers will find it necessary to change farming methods in order to cope with the climate change.
A family at Kahawa West is appealing for help to have their father, John Paul Macharia Murithi, undergo stage 2 colon cancer treatment after months of suffering with the deadly ailment. As Israel Moy now reports, the family has sold some assets including furniture but still cannot afford to pay the huge medical treatment bill.
Nimekuwa mgonjwa kwa miaka 5 kutoka 2018. Nimekuwa nikiona madaktari wengi, nimefanywa upasuaji mara 2.
John Paul Macharia lives in Kahawa West in Nairobi County. A man who was a business magnate in the year 2018 now has turned to be an in and out patient at various hospitals in Nairobi. His body is growing weak every passing day due to colon cancer. John Paul says the trouble started in 2018 when he started experiencing blood diarrhea. John took a step and sought medical attention, but to his utter surprise, he was diagnosed with various ailments, among them spine disorders, liver and kidney challenges that threw his family into panic as they could not afford his treatment.
Symptoms ilikuwa nazo ni blood diarrhea na vomiting a lot of blood. Ikakuja ika affect my kidneys na my liver, na pia roho ikakuwa iko na shida na lungs pia. Hii ugonjwa pia ilini affect kwa mgongo, siwezi tembea, not unless nitumie crutches niko nayo.
The man, who is a father of 14 children, 13 he adopted and 1 biological, says after visiting many hospitals, he was diagnosed with stage 2 colon cancer. He notes that despite attending clinics at Kenyatta National Hospital, his situation has continued to worsen and he requires 5.6 million Kenyan shillings to undergo treatment in South Africa.
Diagnosed, nikapatikana na colon cancer stage 2. Madaktari wakanisuggest niende nitibiwe kule South Africa, na wakaniambia nahitajika 5,600,000 ili niweze kuenda kufanyiwa hiyo upasuaji.
Wanja John Paul, daughter to Mr. Macharia, has gone to an extent of doing a fundraising in the school for her father's treatment because the father was the only breadwinner. She is urging well-wishers to help them wipe away their tears by having their father back on his feet.
The school staff na the students wakanichangishia hospitali. Nilikuwa nachangisha purposely za matibabu ya daju. That time alikuwa anahitaji injections za pain.
Having sold some assets including furniture, John Paul says he still cannot afford to pay the huge medical treatment and is now calling on well-wishers to support his quest to search for cure. Israel Omwai, KUTV, Nairobi.
Kenyatta University International Students Culture Day 3rd edition took place today at Kenyatta University Amphitheatre. The event, whose main agenda is embracing cultural diversity in a digital era, involves students from different countries showcasing diverse cultural activities.
While speaking during the event, Kenyatta University Deputy Vice Chancellor Caroline Ndorua expressed her gratitude to the international student for organizing the event. The DVC added that such event influence cohesion as different cultures are shared among students from different states.
Today we had the International Students' Day, Cultural Day, and it was actually hosted by the international students here at Kenyatta University, and it was a really beautiful cultural occasion where students from different countries here at Kenyatta University were able to showcase their culture. They displayed their foods, the different types of food that they have from their countries.
Dmitry Chanetesky, representing Embassy of the Russian Federation, acknowledged the multi-diverse event, which he considered as fruitful event that aimed at reminding the young student of their true cultural natures.
Hello, my name is Dmitry Chernetsky. I'm the head of bilateral department of the Russian embassy here in Nairobi, and we're very pleased to be here today to see all these young generation representatives who are actually our future, and it is very good when people from different cultures can have such an events peacefully showing their country.
So I do believe in the exchange of cultures to promote unity, to fight war, because when we unite through culture, through our common music, for example, we understand that we are all people and we would wish the best to all of our peoples in the world. So I really do believe in the power of culture and cultural diplomacy.
Kenyatta University International Student Congressperson RUTH Summer was present in the event, pleading with the Kenyatta University School Management to consider the event taking a whole week in order for them to exhaust many diverse cultures in the event.
I'm one of the students at Kenyatta University, and we are here, as you can see, we are celebrating the 3rd edition of International Student Culture Day for all the international students, where we came to showcase our traditional attires, our food, our dances, because all this is way how we learn from Kenya as a foreigner here.
The newly 2023 crowned Mr. and Miss Kenyatta University International student, Angijakwiz and Lynette Makoho, praised the event that they say will enable them accomplish their dreams.
My name is Lynette Makor from South Sudan, and I'm an international student from Kenyatta University, as you can see. This event has been a really big change to me because it has built my confidence. It has made me meet diverse other students from other countries like Burundi, Rwanda. I've met with so many, like my contestants too, they're from different countries.
And the only word that I want to say is that it was amazing. I didn't even expect it that it will be like that. But what I've seen is that you can be free to live with others. Like I'm Congolese, others is Rwandese. There is no problem, there is no conflict, there is no war. Because we are like Africans, or we are like in the world, and we have to live together.
As Kenyatta International Cultural Day event took place today, the international students are now planning a Culture Week event, which is going to take place in the coming days. James Moreke Mwenda, KUTV.
Now we're taking our first short break right here at the KUTV Weekend Prime. Keep watching.
Baada ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi walio wana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili
bila uoga. Watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Kipindi hewani ni mitindo ya kipwani. Kama ilivyo kipindi hiki kinahusu nyimbo za tarab, chakacha, midwara, midundiko, bila kusahau mapishi ambao ndio uti wa mgongo wa pwani ya Afrika Mashariki.
Jamani, swaibu zangu mliopo maskani, hatuonani wenzangu, najua mwanitamani.
Hapa KUTV, nahodha mwendesha chombo cha baharini, yani ua linalonukia na kuvutia waridi tamu.
Kurunzi ya kilimo kuimarisha afya na uchumi endelevu katika jamii ni msingi mkubwa wa kipindi Boresha Kilimo. Kipindi hiki kinajikita katika teknolojia ya kisasa, utafiti na ushirikishaji wa wadau wa kilimo kuonyesha shughuli mbalimbali shambani. Kwa suluhu ya utoshelevu wa chakula, tazama Boresha Kilimo.
Welcome back. Heavenly Culture World Peace Restoration of Light HWPL, an international all non-governmental organization committed to attaining peace and cessation of wars in the world, held its 7th anniversary commemoration of the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War today in Nairobi.
Moses Omulanya, an advocate of the High Court and one of the organizers of the event, says that the purpose of the Heavenly Culture One Peace Restoration of Light event is to commemorate the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War document in the world. They plan to table the document in the United Nations.
Now, the main purpose of today's event is to commemorate a very special international law legal instrument called the DPCW. The DPCW is the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War, which now we are seeking international support before it's tabled before the UN General Assembly for adoption. So that is the main purpose of today's event.
Moses further adding that peace is a global concern to all citizens in the world, that the HWP organization in Kenya is joining other states worldwide in the bid to create a peaceful global world.
This concerns all global citizens, right? Because all countries in the world are actually doing the same thing. So it's something, it's a document, it's an effort that concerns all citizens across the world. Yeah, because today you'll hear of peace not being in Kenya. Tomorrow it will be Uganda. Another day it will be maybe another country. So when you speak about peace, it has to be a global movement. Yeah, a global call for peace. Yeah, we began here in Kenya. We are just joining other states across the world who are doing the same thing. But I know this thing is being done globally.
Representative of International Women Peace Group in Kenya, Sophia Kechondeo, also present in the event, called upon all women in the world to raise and teach their children the importance of peace, and also urged the youth to join the HWPR organization, the being to preach peace in the world.
My name is Sophia Kech, the representative of International Peace Group in Kenya. So we have come to this event today for DCPW, and also we as women, we have to teach our children, and also as having a motherly heart towards our children, so that we can be able to promote peace in our children, and then they'll be able to grow like that, so that they can be good leaders who also have peace and stop the war.
Deputy Director in the Ministry of Education, Bartholomew Mbasi, praised the organization in its bid to advocate for peace in the world. Mbasi saying that the Heavenly Culture One Peace Restoration of Light event will serve better in its core to change the world.
And I have come to this particular event because I recognize the importance of peace, and I strongly believe that peace is the foundation for prosperity and for sustainable development and for humanity. And I strongly believe in HWPL and its core values that are embedded, that are being promoted by Chairman Manley.
As the 7th annual commemoration of peace and cessation of war took place today, the institution now is calling upon the global world to preach for peace and prosperity upon all nations in the world. James Mureke Mwenda, KUTV.
Keroka Technical Training Institute, KTTI, has refined its courses to strengthen delivery of technical, industrial, vocational, and entrepreneurship training TVET curriculum. Enrollment at the institute has bridged the gender gap, with more female trainees appearing in courses previously dominated by their male counterparts.
A survey at various departments of the Keroka Technical Training Institute reveals the success of a new approach in offering of courses where a complementary component to the institute's training programs had been introduced. Deputy Principal Damaris Guako attributes this to a 5-year partnership between the Kenyan and Canadian government involving deployment of trainers and donation of training equipment.
We also have the Department of Mechanical and Automotive Engineering, more specifically welding and fabrication. Currently, as we speak, we have a Canadian trainer who's facilitating the training in the college. He's also training our trainers so that they can be able to acquire those skills that are required. They also prepare trainees to be hands-on, to be able to do what is expected in the market.
Trainees have embarked on cabro manufacturing for training, commercial and construction purposes within the institute, where the products are sold at a relatively cheaper price. The head of Building and Civil Engineering Department, Daniel Oreko, explains that the trainees do between 700 and 800 cabros per day, and that the institution has started to receive orders for delivery to private entities. The institution has also introduced new courses including water bottling technology and manufacture of sanitizers.
After we produce them, we lay them somewhere for curing purpose, which means we can be able to manage in a week, let's say average 800, by 5 days, that is 4,000 a week. So we don't, normally the sand, we procure it from outside. The materials that is used for training the students, those are the ones we use in producing these.
These skills, nowadays we take students from either a female or a male student. In KT, all courses, even the engineering courses, we have female trainees who come to an institution, and then we teach them these practical skills.
According to Rebecca Kerubo, a trainer, their work as trainers is to impart practical skills to the learners, which in turn helps them to earn income. More girls have been encouraged to apply for the courses, as many of the trainees all over the country still belong to the male gender. Joy Minor, KUTV, Nairobi.
Now let's look into the sports world. Kenyatta University organized the 13th edition of Games for Students Living with Disability. The sports brought together students living with different forms of disability. Students took part in sports such as volleyball, javelin throwing, chess, and short races of 200 and 400 meters.
The 13th edition of Kenyatta University Disability Sports Day saw different students living with disability showcase their prowess in different sports disciplines such as volleyball, javelin throwing, chess, 200 and 400 meters races. According to Kenyatta University Sports Director Florence Gitau, such events play a critical role in opening up doors for participants to join national teams.
Very important day for them because participation in sports is a human right, and everybody is supposed to be given an opportunity to take part in sports. Many times this group is forgotten, but for us it's a very important group, and we always make sure that they also get an opportunity to participate in sports.
She further said that students able differently have participated in different events such as the women's sports competition held at Rongo University, and our focus shifts to the East Africa Women competitions to be organized in month of April this year.
They normally take part in events like we had an event for the universities. We had a women championships in Rongo University, and our students took part. They went there and represented Kenyatta University in goalball, and they performed very well.
On his part, Kenyatta University Disability Sports Chairman Michael Odero said that the game will enable students to succeed in different areas of life beside education.
There is a cliche that says too much book makes Jack a dull boy. So we need to model students with disability to be all-round, balanced person so that they can also live a fulfilling life.
The chairman also encouraged stakeholders of Kenyatta University to continue streaming in resources to improve students' welfare. Auma Evans for KUTV, Nairobi.
Kenya's Christina Ngare beat Rahma Maganga in their minimum weight fight at the ongoing World Women Boxing Championships in New Delhi, India. Ngare was awarded the win after the second round. The win was Kenya's first in over a decade at the World's Championship after Mary Muthoni's exploits at the 2010 edition of the Games held in Barbados. Ngare asserted herself in the match from the first round, landing successive right punches that forced the referee to give Rahma a standing 8 count. The Kenyan increased her work rate in round 2, scoring punches with clinical efficiency. Ngare now moves to the pre-quarters and will take on either Turkish U22 European light flyweight champion Erivan Barut or Guatemala's Diana Gonzalez. Kenya is set to make history with its first ever ITF World Ranking Beach Tennis Tournament scheduled to take place in Malindi this weekend. 16 men and 16 women are expected to grasp the tournament, which has drawn players from Rwanda, Spain, Germany, Uganda and Sudan. The 2019 Commonwealth bronze medalist Faiz Khan will be among the favorites when he teams up with German Torsten Salm. The technical team will choose the top 3 who will be invited to Kilifi to compete for the top awards. The Lake Victoria region is slated to host the second edition of the Games later this year. And you're calling it a wrap right here at the Weekend Prime. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and special thanks to everyone that has made this bulletin a success. Remember, you can access this bulletin and all our subsequent bulletins on our YouTube channel at KUTV Kenya or on our website at www.kutv.co.ke. Ruth CHEPKOECH is our sign language interpreter tonight. I am IMBINDA Mercy. Do have yourself a lovely night.